Hello everyone! Welcome back to Drawn by Annie channel, where I'm showcasing my art process as well as yapping about different topics. Grab your drinks and let's get started. So today I have a bunch of art supplies that were either gifted to me or I have gotten random stuff from marketplaces just to try them out, and I got super excited when I saw all of them. Some of these are just for refilling purposes and the other ones are completely new medium to me, so I'm gonna try them out or incorporate them at least partially into my future artworks. And the most exciting part is this huge, gigantic set of ENMY markers. I have gotten them from my friend as a gift, and you should have seen my reaction when I first got on them. I didn't want to let it go because I was so excited to try them out. I have seen these markers all over the TikTok and Instagram and everywhere, and they look so nice to try. Even though I have little experience with acrylic markers and I only used like 1 or 2 brands before, these look like MVP, honestly. I think they have enough colors for me to draw pretty much anything, from random little doodles of whatever objects to a full illustration of a character with a very complex design. They kindly put this pre-made swatch paper and also a bunch of stickers to put onto the markers. I really like this little ritual because even though it takes me a while to finish, I really like the process of swatching and putting a sticker onto the marker. It gives me time to think as well as try out each and every marker and test them out if they are actually working or not. This is in general a very good practice to try out your new art supplies, because oftentimes I have gotten some materials and then after like couple of weeks realized that they were actually dried out and it was way past from returning time threshold, you know, so it was basically wasted money. So yeah, don't do that. Don't be me and don't make my stupid mistakes, and always test out your new art supplies. I generally enjoy these kind of rituals. They give me time to think about whatever bothers me or bothered me recently. My guess is that this comes from my autistic part of the brain, because I love routines like that and it takes the anxiety away. But I mean, it doesn't have to be a part of the disease, right? I guess that everybody would like an organized tool and a room. And I'm very happy to find that every marker is in a correct order, like by the order of the swatch squares. So I don't have to find each and every marker separately, like I had to when I was doing a swatch for my Ohuhu marker set. And already from doing the couple of swatches, I can see that the ink flow of those flows so smooth. I'm completely obsessed. Like, I've used Artex markers before, and at first they were also pretty smooth and very opaque, but if I'm being completely honest, they quickly became a little bit dried out. I'm not sure whether I did something wrong. Maybe I was storing them incorrectly or I was using them too much perhaps. But yeah, most of the colors that I've used for skin coloring became dried out pretty quickly, obviously. I'm really hopeful for this set not to be drying out so quickly because of the feeling that I'm getting from out of my head. I will be very obsessed by using those. So you and me better not let me down. I don't know about you, but for me, swatching my tools is a very nice and natural ritual. It's like a part of my artistic routine at this point. Oftentimes, I even make a swatch for different kinds of paper. Like I'm making a swatch in every different paper type sketchbook just to see how the ink will flow into the paper fibers, because oftentimes it will be very, very different from a different type of paper. And also, for example, for some mediums like alcohol-based markers, I need to make a bleeding test because oftentimes my sketchbooks aren't that much of a thick paper. Even if the brand says that it's mixed medium sketchbook, oftentimes they mean pretty much pencils and liners only, which kind of is mixed medium, but like, you know, not really. But if for alcohol-based markers I'm testing paper for a bleeding effect, for markers like acrylics and paints in general, I'm testing paper for warping, because the more layers you put, the more your paper can warp if it's not thick enough. And I just have to plan for this as well, because oftentimes I have a lot of layers on my paintings. I guess this habit comes from my love towards alcohol-based markers, because when I'm drawing with those, I am used to layer a lot of colors in to, you know, give more depth and more color variety. Sorry, my brain farting today. I've either had too much coffee or too little coffee. Anyway, for the acrylic paint markers, you don't have to place a lot of layers because you cannot really see the layers underneath because they are very opaque. Unless you're drawing with light colors, which are semi-transparent to some extent, just because of the physics, you know. If you're putting dark colors underneath light ones, you will see them through. But the other way around, it doesn't work like that. A darker shade will always cover the lighter one and bury it under itself. And I'm still trying to prevent myself from layering colors as if I would with alcohol-based markers, because layering acrylics on each other is pretty much a waste of a marker, and they are not cheap. So there are other techniques like cell shading, for example. You're literally planning for your colors to be on an exact spot. Even though for the face and skin coloring, I'm trying to layer them a little bit and blend them in with each other. But this has to be done in a very quick manner because they're drying like very quickly. So you have like a couple seconds to blend them in. So if you are trying to do that, make your brush ready to do the job. Or your finger, whatever works. I've seen some artists use makeup brushes to blend stuff, usually on the face, which is kind of genius if you ask me. It's like making a makeup on a character's face, but with the acrylic paint. And honestly, some of them are very good at it and they look very smooth. The gradients are chef kiss. I have still way much to learn when coloring with acrylic markers. I'm thinking maybe I should do some series of trying out acrylic marker tutorials. I don't know if you would be interested to watch that. Let me know down in the comments if you think that's a good idea. Anyway, I'm very excited to try these markers out in the field, so to say. I'm probably going to test them out on both paper and canvas. Somehow I have a feeling that it will give a nice result. And if you're interested to see me try them out, stay tuned for my new videos. And as always, if you want to support my work for free, you can subscribe to this channel, share this video, leave a like and a comment, and check out my other social media linked down in the description. Sending hugs and warm wishes to every one of you, wishing you a fantastic and colorful day ahead, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye!